So Joker 2 absolutely bombed. I was going to do like a review bit of this as a different segment, but I think let's just get our brief thoughts on it now, and then we'll talk about the box office. And then later in the podcast, we'll be talking about exactly why. This is just talking about the overall money and what did you think of the movie? When did you watch it? What did you think?
The film was awful. Nobody went. There was nobody there. It was not even quietly terrible. It was out loud terrible in a way that I don't think I've seen in a long time. It was constantly interrupted by disjointed scenes, cuts, and just nothing that fit together very well. The puzzle pieces didn't fit. The songs were distracting in betwixt. The elements of plot that might have been there. I would say that there really wasn't a through line for the story. I've been saying that for several days now. I've been trying to explain to like family and friends that there was no reason for this movie to be made, with one exception, to piss off the audience. And I think that it succeeded. If that was truly its goal, not to make money, but to piss off the audience, it really did that. And it retroactively makes the first film bad, which is extraordinary. That's a feat that, up to this point, Disney was the only one who could actually do. So I don't know. Again, I don't know who this was made for, and I promise you, Todd Phillips doesn't know who it was made for either. And tonally, it was completely different than the first film, which means that nobody was going to be satisfied going to this, because you already had a bunch of pissed off ladies that weren't going to go see Joker 2 because of what Joker 1 was. And now you had a bunch of pissed off dudes that weren't going to go, see a musical film. That was just a complete tonal shift and kind of just a deconstruction of the character that was constructed in front of you in the first film. It was just bad. Did I say enough things? The dialogue was terrible. My gosh. Some of the color grading was a little bit off compared to everything else. It was nonsensically shot in IMAX. What else? What else do you want? It was bad.
Yeah, no, I just wanted your thoughts. I thought it was diabolical. That is a real bad film. It's I said in my review is that that's a film that doesn't want to exist. Like, it resents its own existence.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, that's the feeling you get when you watch this movie. You're like, wow, this film hates itself. Because it does. Like, it doesn't want to exist. The film resents being a film. And it resents the audience massively, wholeheartedly. Not only that, Joaquin Phoenix's performance is awful. He is cruising at the moment in Hollywood, and he's got a real bad name for himself lately. Like, he bailed on that. There was like a gay movie recently that he bailed on. That was he bailed literally at the last minute. He was then revealed to have bailed from another film almost at the last minute, or he did bail from a film at the last minute. He's just notoriously shit to work with, and he's a pretty shit actor, to be fair. Like, you are only as strong as your last few performances, and his last few performances are terrible.
Napoleon was atrocious.
Exactly, right? So his last few performances are just real bad. But this film, it was crap. It was absolutely crap. The acting was bad, pacing was bad, the music was bad. No one wants to listen to Joaquin Phoenix attempt to sing. He can't sing. And yeah, it just served absolutely no purpose but to put two fingers up to the audience, and just a massive payday for everyone involved, aside from the studio, which is what's happening now. It's cratered. So Joker Folie Deux was that $114.8 million global opening weekend. That's really bad. Because it was thought to be 121.1, but it's not.
No.
It's now actually 114.8.
Yeah, and it was thought to be, 81 million internationally. It was thought to be 40 million domestically, and both of those numbers went Kind of like the jobs numbers here in the States, where they announce one number and then a month later they revise it down substantially. That's kind of
Hilarious.
that's kind of what's happening with this film. This thing, somebody was arguing with you, thinking that this was going to easily make 200 million. No, this thing's
Who
going to.
said that?
Yeah, it's just people that were pushing back against my idea that this would not make 400 million, let alone 500 million. I now am on the fence about whether or not it could actually eclipse the Marvels, which only made 200 million. So this
So
could be this if this falls 85% in the next weekend, where's put it?
well, the thing is, so there's a few. So basically, I've had pushback in some of my videos about this because people seem to think that the bad word of mouth will actually do it well. I'm like, no, really, it won't. Like, it really will not. Like, it's a sequel to a movie that did over $1 billion, and on the opening weekend, it's cratered. It goes to show you that the core audience that drove the first one to $1 billion is not interested in this remotely, and so there's no good word of mouth. So it won't progress past this.
No.
I think this may struggle genuinely to hit $200 million.
Yeah. And here's the weird thing.
I actually do think it will struggle to hit $200 million.
Even if it does, though, even if it does, Nate, the other thing here that I think is crazy is that it won't make enough money to have justified the advertising budget. I mean, the advertising budget on this is substantial. You had a $200 million spend. You had $150 million ad spend. So you're at $350 million all in right now, but that's not actually true because there was some finagling in the end with some of these contracts to bring it into theaters. Plus, you put it into IMAX. That the vast majority of those funds actually go that favors the exhibitors and IMAX itself rather than the studio. So why this was shot in IMAX is still boggling to me. And I'm looking at these numbers and I'm like, this thing is going to lose $150 million pretty easily. This thing has to make 500 to 600 million to you just sniff breaking even, just to sniff it. It's that bad.
Yeah. Well, it's $200 million production budget. Plus whatever marketing. So I mean, it's bare minimum of $400 million to break even. And
no. It's way too low. You're way too low.
No. It's a bare minimum just on the production budget. Like,
We don't know
the marketing budget, so it's just a guess, isn't it? So it's bare minimum 400 million just on the production side. I mean, this is just it's.
Well, we know what
hilarious.
We know what Disney reportedly spends, and we know what Warner Brothers is reliably spending on their pictures. And I mean, at this point, if you're not calculating 2.85 times budget or 3 times budget, you're not even close to what it is to break even on these. So the numbers have gone up so dramatically. And here's the other problem: it doesn't matter how much they spend on ads and print or promotion or whatever you want to call it, marketing. They are not yielding the same kinds of numbers that they used to out of the advertising that they used to do. So they're spending even more money than they used to get more eyeballs on their material. So it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, my hot prediction, right, is that I don't think this. I think this will struggle to hit $200 million. That's my prediction. I revise my prediction down based on all of this, based on the feedback, how it's going. I think this will struggle to do $200 million. What's your prediction?
No, I'm with you. I think that if it does make 200, it won't be much over. It will not get to 500 million. This thing is going to lose 100 to 150 million dollars easily. Easily.
Yeah,
that's my prediction.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like your prediction. I like yours
too.
And ladies and gents in the chat, you can leave your predictions as well. Let us know. Those that want to get your voice heard, super chat it. We will read out your prediction. But yeah, I think $200 million. Yeah, I mean, if it does do that, it's not going to get much over that. It's not going to get much over that. I think it's going to be, yeah. Some people think 400 million. Nah. The hatred that this movie has is, far outweighs any of that, I think. And there's not a ton of movies opening moving forwards, but this weekend does see Terrifier 3 in theaters for like one day only or something like that. That'll clean up. That'll do really, really well, massively. And then there's some other films. I don't know, Venom coming out. I think people will be happy to hold out to watch Venom at the end of the month. I just don't think there's an interest here. I think they have.
I think
destroyed any goodwill.
I think Venom will be fine. I think it's going to do rather well. I think it'll set records.
That's what I'm saying. People aren't going to go out and watch this. They're going to wait to watch a good film. What they think is good.
Yeah, I just getting out there in front of it. I'm just saying, I did a video on Venom already last week, and I would just say I think Venom is going to do much better than people anticipate. I think it's going to set records. The chat
is saying Smile 2 is out next week. Actually,
oh, is it really?
Yeah, so that's the other thing. So that will.
Oh man.
That will put a massive dent in Joker 2 as well, hugely, in fact.
I mean, that's actually going to be a good movie. Smile was great. This will be wonderful.
Yeah, I really like Smile. It was a pretty decent movie. All in, to be fair, pretty good movie. So there you go. Joker 2, an absolute bomb. Who could have seen that coming? Anyone with a brain.
This guy.
When we started to learn that it absolutely was a musical, not a musical like the first one was, like little elements here and there where music was, important and things. No. An actual, just straight up musical. Yeah, no, it wasn't going to do very well. Anyway,
and it wasn't even a traditional musical. Anyway, I'm good.
Yeah, all right. I know. We could bitch about this movie all day long, but we'll shuffle on.